Hey, happy Thanksgiving. This is doompaul from Boise, Idaho, doing a show on Thanksgiving. Got 4 more records for you. Hope you and your family are all doing well. I am anxiously waiting my wife to get home from work so that we can hang out and do fun stuff. Figured I'd fill in the time by doing a little show. Today we're going to do a prog and metal blend. Yeah. So yeah, I guess let's get to it. Hope y'all are doing well. Thanks all for watching, subscribing, commenting, all that stuff. Been watching your videos, enjoy them, all that. And so let's get right to it. Start off with a little rock. Actually, it's with some prog leanings. It's looking at Dog Soldier. I believe this is their only release as a band. Let's see, let me get that up in there. Got a fun little cutout in the corner there. And check that guy out. Right? That should say everything right there. It's bought this in Seattle probably about 6 months ago and haven't given it too much attention. Recently I pulled it out again, and turns out the guy in the middle, the guy that's dressed like that with the hat, Keith Hartley, he actually he played drums in a band at the Keith Hartley Experience or something like that at Woodstock. And I guess he also showed Phil Collins the basics of how to play drums. I don't know anything about that, but I don't know. That's what Wikipedia told me anyway. And first couple listens, I was like, meh. It's sort of a hard rock, southerny. I'll go so far as to say AOR-y, with some prog leanings. There's definitely some interesting keyboard stuff going on in this. And by the first song, it's welcome. But the first song is definitely sort of an all-out rocker. The hell's the name of it? It is... That's what I get for putting things away first. Pillar to Post. Definitely just a southern boogie sort of... great song. The first time I heard it, I was just like, meh, whatever. And then I've listened to this record probably about 4 times since I started revisiting it. And I'm really digging it. It does get adult-orientated rock here and there. But the musicianship is really strong. And it definitely does have some prog leanings, which I dig. So yeah, Dog Soldier. If you haven't heard it, give it a YouTube or whatever. Pretty fun. I dig it. Yeah. So, next. And this is a favorite of mine. Gentle Giant, Free Hand. It took me a little while to really get into Gentle Giant. They are prog personified, sort of symphonic prog. They're very, very technical. They definitely have... They're musicians first and everything else. I guess the thing about Gentle Giant was with the second record onward, they said they were making music, something along the lines of making music purposefully to, get critics not to like them, or something along those lines. I don't recall exactly, but their musicianship is amazing. And what really actually stuns me even more than that, I mean, because they're just, I don't know a lot about music. I don't know music theory. I can't tell you what a measure is from a G clef. I don't know. But these guys are just complex and just amazing at what they do. And at the same time, they manage somehow to write like these really catchy catchy songs that just sort of stick in your head. And it's pretty amazing. I know later on in life, and I've shown like the Missing Piece where they go full on pop and stuff like this. This one's still firmly lodged in the prog camp, and this is considered to be one of their better records. And I can't agree more. I really enjoy this record. You know, just the complexity of the music is fascinating to me. And that just that they put in so much, and it could be off-putting the first couple of spins, but then once you sort of get it, you're like, oh shit, that's pretty fancy, and that's pretty great. So, yeah, okay, so enough prog for the day. So I don't know which one's going to show up as my thumbnail, so we'll put that up again just in case. Now let's get into some metal. My local record guy threw me a bone and gave me this record, and I had this you know, I have this friend David Melanson that I grew up with, and I was a Priest guy, he was a Maiden guy, and we were always sort of debating the differences, and he was firmly in the Maiden camp and I was firmly in the Priest camp. But I did remember getting this record somewhere in time, which is by far one of the most amazing record covers of all time. Just, you know, you can just sit and stare at it for half an hour, just looking at all the little nuances and all the stuff that Derek Riggs did. What I sort of forgot was what a fantastic record this was. And, you know, since I've been building up my collection, I've been sort of going, you know, building up my Priest collection. And I've been kind of like and hawing about Maiden. You know, if I find something really cheap, I found Peace of Mind for like $6. I picked that up. I don't think I've honestly listened to it, but this I did pick up because I remember actually owning it. And wow, what a great record! What a fantastic record! And you know, one of the first metal records I ever bought was Killers by Iron Maiden. So I was sort of really down with Paul Di'Anno as a vocalist, and Bruce Dickinson not as much. And that's, to be honest, because I didn't give him a fair shake. You know, I was like, well, he can't do what Halford can and all this. And just ridiculous, you know, 16-year-old stuff or 18-year-old stuff that you do. And, you know, I do remember owning this record and liking it back then. And now that I own it again, I'm just having a ball with it. Been listening to this more than anything else, really. You know, just Wasted Years, Heaven Can Wait, Caught Somewhere in Time, Stranger. The whole record, I think, is really solid. You know, it's complex, it's fun, and once again has probably the finest record cover of all time. Which just for playing Where's Waldo with it, and you know, fantastic. So I know you guys all know about it, so I'm not gonna blather on endlessly. But really enjoy this record. Gonna start building up my Maiden collection because of it. Okay, the final record is a 2-record set. And let me tell you about 2-record sets. You know, as I mentioned in my last show, I tried to sit down and listen to a 3-record set, which was Yes songs, and kind of failed miserably at it. I came out of it more bitter than I did anything else, just because, I don't know, it was so much to swallow. It's a double-edged sword, double record sets and triple record sets and the like, because yes, you get more music, but do I want to listen to that much music from the band? Not so much. Not always. Yeah. Anyway, well, the one we're going to be talking about today is Accept, Metal Masters. And it's a double LP, but it's not a gatefold, and they have both of the records actually crammed in to this one thing, which frightens me. So I immediately took them out and put them in their own plastic bag. And they are. This is from '89 on Razor, and it is on this sort of nuclear yellow vinyl, which I think I don't know how much of that was made in '89. Now I know the cover also. The original cover, and you should look it up, is really rad. It's this girl with a chainsaw and everything else, and I don't know why they changed it. I think because it got put out by a different label. And I got to be honest with you, I don't know all that much about Accept. Accept was one of those bands that I just sort of passed over growing up. I liked what I liked, and sometimes I wasn't down for listening to new stuff, and I don't know. It was so I gave this a spin, and here's my thoughts on Accept. When they're doing metal songs, they are fantastic. Udo is a hell of a singer. He just, what he lacks in technique, he brings forth in just going all balls out as hard as he can. And where Accept fails miserably is ballads. And there's quite a few ballads on here. And there's also some amazing songs like Breaker, stuff like that. I mean, Icicle Brain, Bicycle Chain. That's classic stuff right there. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. Let me keep this up just in case the thing wants to do it. But their ballads are kind of terrible. And I think that goes, for me anyway, I think that goes really well with metal in general. I think normally ballads are kind of garbage. I don't even want to like them. In fact, I don't want to hear them. So if you're a metal band and you're thinking about doing a slow jam, don't do it, because it's terrible, and I don't know. It's terrible. So when they're playing metal songs, they are just fantastic. They knock it out of the park every time. I have no complaints whatsoever, and they're fun, and they're great, and they are definitely metal. But then when the ballads come, I'm not a fan. So yeah. So I don't know. I got more records to show next time. I didn't want to pull out too many today. Yeah. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and spending it with your family and whatnot. And I'm looking forward to when my wife comes home, and we can do that as well. And yeah, so I hope all went well. Thoughts, feelings, I don't know, pictures, put them down there. Well, you can't put pictures. This is the YouTubes. Whatever. Love the comments. Love discussing records. So feel free. Anyway, hope all goes well, and hope you have a fantastic day. Doompaul out.